All right, fight fans, welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Cavemans!
Hey, fight fans, we got a super special show today. Today we're going to have the one, the only UFC Hall of Famer, Mark the Hammer Coleman. We
Yes,
just
sir.
did an hour and a half with Mark Coleman trying to get him on our show. At least he doesn't think we're assholes anymore. So we'll see what we can get from him when we give him a call.
I think he like us now.
Maybe. I don't think anyone really likes us, Ray.
Push play.
All right,
And do what you gotta do.
We're live,
Push
sir.
play, do what you gotta do.
We're live with Mark the Hammer Coleman. How's it going, Mark?
Who we got here? Jeff,
The fucking
Jeff.
Caveman.
the fucking, I don't like saying that, Jeff, the freaking Caveman Dents.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Nailed it. And then we got the Puerto Rican fuck over on the side, right?
Yeah, that's Raymond Aris.
the guys that pull knives on each other, everybody.
Right. Ray, the car thief Arias.
They can steal tires. The Puerto Ricans are really quick at stealing tires, which I respect that. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta make that money, right?
But I love Puerto Rico because them boys can play baseball, which I played when I was a youngster. I'm a big baseball fan. The Puerto Ricans, ask the Caveman, do you know any Puerto Ricans in the major leagues?
No, I'm not so good at baseball. I don't have too big of a memory, so I got hit.
All right. That's too bad. You guys got some major leaguers. You guys can play.
Oh, thank you.
All right. What's up?
I guess we'll go into current topics first.
What's up, Caveman?
Not much. I want to talk to you about Joe Rogan, first of all. You said you wanted to talk about him a little bit live.
Joe Rogan. First of all?
Yeah, first of all. He's the biggest name.
Okay.
I got to try.
What do you want to know?
What
do you want to know about Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan tried to take your back, and it looked like you guys had a little shoving match. I just wanted to kind of hear your side of the story, and he said he had no hard feelings. I just wanted to make sure you didn't have any hard feelings either.
Look, I'll give him a rematch any day of the week, Joe Rogan. Good friend of mine, but when it comes to when you give somebody a hug and they take your back, well, you have to defend yourself. And that's what I did. I had to turn and face him, and it was a good friend of mine, so I just gave him a little bit of a chuck, but I guess he wasn't ready for that, and bam, hit the wall. But that's all a joke. I was honestly, I was at one of Joe Rogan's shows. I'm a super fan of Joe Rogan. I'm not a big comedian fan, but I went in there, and this guy is one of the funniest guys I've ever seen up there on stage. And afterwards we went and met, and I went to just give him a little hug. It turned into a little wrestle match, and then I was in a little bit of danger. He took a little arm drag. He took my back, and it was just a reaction. Turned and faced him, gave him a little shove. Oh man, I felt so horrible. That I guess I pushed him harder than I thought. But no, I hope he has no ill feelings about that. I talked to him the very next night just for a half second. So I didn't know if he was for real or not, but I love Joe Rogan, and I hope he still loves me and forgives me about that. There's nothing to forgive. It was a complete accident.
He's talking on his show that there's no hard feelings, and he's echoed your own sentiment that he hopes you didn't feel the same way.
Oh man, what would I have any hard feelings about? I have no hard feelings. It was, it was fun. It was nice. Joe Rogan let me back here behind stage to meet him, superstar Joe Rogan, and it turned into a nice little wrestle match. And honestly, I was concerned about my own health with all the hip situations I got going, and I had to get him away from me. He took a nice little arm drag. God bless him, because he's a jiu-jitsu guy. He works better off his back, but on the feet, that's kind of my territory. Wrestling, no, he arm dragged me, took my back, And I had to defend myself real quick because, first of all, I didn't want to get, geez, can you imagine Joe Rogan taking my back and it maybe jumping up and choking me out? How embarrassing would that be? I couldn't have that, A, but plus I was concerned about hip, so no, I just turned and faced him, and I gave him a little shove, and maybe he wasn't ready for that, but, oh, man, I've seen the videos, and it looked worse than it was. It really looked worse than it really was, and I just, Joe Rogan's got a lot of fans out there, but I sure hope next time I see him, and I anticipate if I ever do see him again, which I probably will, hope we just give each other a big hug, because I got no problem with Joe Rogan, and I'm glad to hear he doesn't have any with me. It was kind of fun. That kind of stuff is fun.
I think so. I think so too, and I think the thing that made it look so bad is that clip, the clip that everyone sees is in slow motion. Yeah. So there's no clip of it in real
slow
speed.
Motion. You put it in slow motion, and honestly, you see my competitive side coming out in me. A, but B, no, honestly, I got a lot of hip injuries, and I don't need a trouble situation right here. So I had to turn and just get him away from me. Well, that's what happened. But I didn't. If it looked bad, well, trust me, I had like about 70% more in me that I could have used on him. But no, it was just a little chuck.
Speaking of your hip, how has your health been?
Well, not the best subject to talk about.
Okay. You want to just move on?
So, I mean, we can talk about it. It's, I'm coming together. But, no, the other hip probably needs surgery. I probably need a couple surgeries. But that's the way it goes. You wrestle for 25 years. You play football in high school. And back when I played football in high school, you were allowed to hit with the top of your helmet. And I did. I tried to kill people. And then I wrestled 25 years, and I fought for 15 more. Well, you expect to be a little bit damaged. You expect to be a little bit beat up. But, these injuries could have came from anything. They could have came from me just not doing nothing. But I hope to get this figured out and get the hip back, the other hip replaced, and hopefully be able to keep up with my daughter, keep up with my girlfriend. Man, she's fast. Shit, bad. We go to the grocery store, and I'm 30 yards behind her within the first 30 yards. I'm in the first aisle when she's almost done shopping.
Oh man,
trying to catch up. I've always done everything slow. That's the way I like it. Eat slow, which is very good advice for anybody out there. When I dig it in the cage, when I dig it on the wrestle mat, that's when I use my quickness.
Is there anything fans of Mark Coleman can do to help you out? I know you had a GoFundMe or something before for your hip injury. Is there anything we can do?
Pardon me?
I know you were having trouble with your medical bills before. Is there anything that we can do as fans to help you out? Is there a GoFundMe or a donation page that we can donate to Mark Coleman?
Well, yeah, it's still out there. It's the same one. And that was amazing. My first hip replacement and the second one with the staff. And then all of a sudden, my buddy Wes Sims starts to GoFundMe. And, the people that responded to that, I was overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed, and so grateful and so thankful. It saved me at the time, but it's still open. I didn't reach my goal. I don't know what my goal is, but I do have bills coming in, and I'm looking at a lot more surgery right now. So I'm not, I just trying. I take it one day at a time. I got a beautiful girl, beautiful daughter, her kids, my kids. I'm a lucky man, very lucky man.
Does UFC help you cover any of your medical costs?
UFC, they've always been good to me. Okay, UFC's always been good to me. That's all I'm going to say about that. They've always treated me fair and this and that, but they got involved a little bit and offered some help. Yes.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that GoFundMe page. I'm going to attach it to my Facebook where I post this. I'm going to attach it to YouTube. So if any of my listeners are out there, make sure you donate a couple of dollars to Mark Coleman, man. He's a legend, and he did a lot for this sport. Let's give it back to him.
Oh, yeah. Definitely got to do that.
Well, I think everybody, it was overwhelming emotionally. The sport I got 2 or 3 years ago when the other hip went bad, and this and that. Just so grateful, so thankful, amazing. But everybody's in tough times, so you gotta fight through it and try to wake up every day and move forward. But now we have Trump as president, and what do we do about that?
I don't know. He might kick Ray out. I might need to find a new co-host.
Trump, Ray, you got to go back and get your green card, brother.
Ray doesn't have a green card, so hopefully INS is not listening to our podcast right now.
I gotta.
Maybe you guys can do the podcast. Maybe you guys can continue this podcast. I know you're trying to climb the rankings. Everybody wants to be the best. You're trying to catch up with Sure Dog and Bloody Elbow and all these other guys. You guys are trying to climb the rankings. We'll keep plugging away. Don't give up.
We in Williamsville right now. We in Williamsville. A lot of BMWs over here I can steal.
If you're going to get booted to Mexico, I don't know what you guys are going to do. Maybe you could do a podcast from Ray in Mexico.
Tijuana.
Oh, not Mexico. My bad. I keep saying Mexico. Puerto Rico. You're getting shipped back to Puerto Rico. And your buddy's you guys are going to have to somehow connect on the phone and keep this podcast going, because I think you guys are pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Mark.
I give you like take a B plus and say thank you, because you're just getting started, right?
Yeah,
sir.
for sure.
Right. So a B plus ain't bad.
No, I'll take that. That's better than I did in school.
That's giving you the plus.
Thanks.
So, because but really you're a B. Now we need to continue this. We need to continue upright and get you up to the A. Then you can compete with the big dogs.
Well, having Mark Coleman on makes me compete with the big dogs. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah,
having a big
whatever.
Like that.
UFC fucking Hall of Famer on my podcast. How's that sound?
Well, I haven't done too many interviews lately because I really don't have too much to say. But once you get me going, obviously I do have some things to say. But I liked you guys. We talked for a half hour before we started this damn thing.
An hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
An hour and a half, sir.
Are you serious? You
Yes, sir.
pushed your recording button?
No, sir.
How was that hour and a half? Was that better material?
Actually, what you're giving us now is just about the same stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
But
No, it was better off the record. You know it.
maybe a little bit. But that's because we didn't get into talk about those people yet. That's all.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll still go back saying everything you just said.
Yeah, well, good luck.
All right. Well,
Pull it out of me. What's up? What's next?
all right. How did Ohio State know what you guys were doing in that wrestling room?
Pardon me?
Did Ohio know what you were doing in that wrestling room?
Ohio State.
Ohio State, what were we doing?
You guys were like killing each other in that wrestling room. You guys had UFC fighters fighting out of the wrestling room. Did they know what was really going on in there? Or
Well, it wasn't exactly like that. Yes, it was my head coach, and he let us come in there, and basically, my main part of wrestling and training for a fight was wrestling. Okay,
right?
Get that straight. You can't wrestle, you can't fight. I knew that, so we did a lot of wrestling in there, and we didn't do no stand-up sparring, punching each other in Ohio State's wrestling room. I don't think they would have allowed that, but no, we wrestled and simulated ground and pound, and sometimes it got a little more physical than it should. And me and Randeman, next thing you know, we're hitting each other Not hard, but bare-fisted on the ground. And like you said before, no disrespect. Randall was one of the baddest of all time and one of the baddest wrestlers of all time. I had about 25 pounds on him. Thank the Lord, because I was able to get Randall down, and I like to be on top. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
definitely.
And I did start on the bottom plenty of times. I did start on the bottom, but I didn't find it any kind of problem at all getting off the bottom. So. But no, we went at it in the room. But no, they didn't see Ultimate Fighting in their practice room. We was in there mainly wrestling and simulating some jiu-jitsu and what have you. But no, there was no MMA going on in there.
All right. I think that was a little misconception I had, because some of those guys that you train with that you're not so happy with said that you guys had some rumbles going on in there sometimes. That's all. I was really wondering what was going on.
Who? Give me an example. Who said that? I'm going to track them down.
Maybe Adam Guerrero might have said that you guys were going pretty hot and heavy in there. I know we talked about that a little bit off here.
Adam Guerrero, fine. Adam Guerrero. He is not. I love Adam Guerrero. Whatever. He can claim he's a member of the Hammer House, but no, he wasn't an original member, and he was not somebody that came into Ohio State Wrestling's room very often, maybe a handful of times at most. Okay, so whatever he said, no. Don't get me wrong. We went at it inside that Ohio State Wrestling room, but it was wrestling / jiu-jitsu, and yeah, we went at it. That was our main practice in there. And then we laid a heavy bag down, and we ground and pounded the shit out of the heavy bag for a long time. Beat the crap out of it. That was the plan. Take you down and pound the shit out of you. That was our plan. But no, Ohio State Wrestling did not allow us in there to stand up and smack each other in the freaking head. But no, we wrestled over here, but it was wrestling / jiu-jitsu. No heavy blows to the face, but sometimes it got a little heated. What do you expect? It gets heated in wrestling. When I wrestled, it got heated. Sometimes you get people that exaggerate stories. Okay, so Adam maybe came in Ohio State's wrestling room maybe one time, maybe two times, and if he wants to call that heated, that's fine with him. But it wasn't heated to me. It was an easy, relaxed workout.
Hey, Mark, what do you think about Ken Shamrock? Everybody don't like him. Every guest we had in here say he was a prick.
Well, I don't know how many guests you guys have had. I don't know how new you guys are, but that's not the case. And a hater is somebody that loves you that just don't know it yet. So these haters of Ken Shamrock, well, really, they probably, if they hate you, they have time to think about you. And Ken Shamrock, well, don't get me wrong, we had our feisty moments back in the day, me and Shamrock, but he's a good guy. He's a great guy. He was in the beginning of the sport, and he continues to fight.
Brad Kohler's looking to get a fight with him.
Well, pardon me?
Brad Kohler wants to get a fight with him, something fierce. We had him on to talk about the combo hitter.
Brad Kohler's a good friend of mine. But, who won't want to fight Ken Shamrock? That's why he's still fighting. That's why Ken Shamrock still fights, is because everybody in the world wants to fight him. That's an honor. It's big. Everybody wants to fight Ken Shamrock because, during his time, he turned himself into a superstar and a very, very, very good fighter. Okay? Now, fast forward to now, and his body is still healthy enough to compete. And I don't know if I would do it. I would, if I wouldn't have these hip replacements, certainly I'd still be fighting. Not in the UFC, but I'd be fighting wherever I could to get a paycheck, but I would never go. I don't know what his record is, and I don't really care to say, but if I was still fighting and just lost every time, I'm not going to have that. But I think if without the hip replacement and all the injuries, the retiring injuries, this sport tells you when you're finished. You don't tell this sport when you're finished. This sport tells you. And no, I can't do it, but Ken Shamrock still can. He's still healthy enough to train hard, and get in there and get a paycheck. That's important too. That's very important. Get a paycheck, and potentially one of these times, if he keeps doing it, he's gonna beat somebody. Ken Shamrock's gonna beat somebody, but nothing lately, that's for sure. But no, I have a lot of stories. Me and Ken I could talk about, but it would take too long.
Oh, we got all the time in the world.
Yeah, whatever.
You stole my line there.
Whatever. I knocked Ken Shamrock out once in practice. We only practiced one time, and I didn't KO him totally, but I put him on Queer Street, and oh, he's gonna be pissed to hear this. But if it's the truth, then you can say it.
Right?
Yeah. I went down there to train with the Lions Den. I don't know why. I lost. I lost to Maurice Smith, and I lost to Pete Williams, and I was pretty much lost. And then my manager said, "Ken Shamrock's willing to come down and train you." And I was in California training, so yeah, I went down to his little Lions Den, and I love Bolander, Mike Burnett. I love those guys, but it wasn't something. I was never considered coachable. So am I going to let Ken Shamrock coach me? Probably not.
That would be some fireworks.
Probably not. Went down there, and me and Brandon Hinkle and Nick Nutter, we drove down. I was in California training, so I drove down to the Lions Den. We put $20 down on the cheapest hotel you could ever imagine in your freaking life. It was the most nastiest hotel ever. $20 a night.
Bed bugs.
Me and my three boys, we stayed in there, and I had no problems in San Diego. I had no problems, but I had problems when I went to the Lions Den, and it wasn't much different than the Hammer House. Really, it was just a little small gym with a few people in there, and you go at it. No different. And well, finally, old Ken came in, and he told me, I've never told this story, so you guys get it.
Awesome.
I'm sitting in the Lions Den. I'm on a 2-fight losing streak, and I'm kind of desperate. I'm sitting in the locker room getting ready for practice, and old Ken came in. He assumed it was going to be an altercation, right, when we met, because we had that kind of attitude, right? He had heard shit about me, but I was that way. But I went down there saying, I'm going to have an open mind and see what happens here. He walked into the locker room and said, "Hey, Coleman," he said, "I'll get you fucking ready for this next fight. I'll get you ready, but we're going to do it my way." I was just sitting there saying, I said, "Okay." I said, "Let me put my gear on, and I'll be out there, and show me how to do it." You know what I mean? I just said, "Show me how to do it, Dirk Ken, Super Ken." I loved him, but it was a couple of bulls hitting heads. But he expected me to, when he said we're going to do it my way, he probably expected me to say something altercation-wise. But I just sat there, looked up like a puppy, and I said, "Okay, Ken." I said, "Let me put my gear on, and I'll be out there, and show me how to do it." So, it was kind of neat. It was neat, but after 2 days, Brandon Hinkle and Nick Nutter looked at me and said, "This hotel has cockroaches everywhere, and can we please drive 2 hours back to San Clemente and train there?" And I said, "Let's get the hell out of here." We got the heck out of there, and went back to San Clemente, and Shamrock did corner me. He did corner me for the next fight, but it's not like I ever listened to my cornerman ever. So I definitely wasn't listening to whatever Ken Shamrock had to say. No disrespect, just the way I did it. But I thought I beat Pedro Hizzle. It was the Pedro Hizzle fight, and I thought I won that thing for sure, but don't leave it in the judge's hands. That's what I found out that night, because they gave it to him. and it left a mark on my brain for a long time. Don't leave it in the judge's hands. But that was it.
Hey, Mark.
I love Ken Shamrock. I love Ken Shamrock. He's still fighting. And if people ask me about it, please, Ken, if you're healthy enough, if your body is healthy enough, which I can't imagine at this time, but if his body's healthy enough, keep training, get another fight, and one of these times he's going to win one, and bam, he gets that feeling again. That feeling that not a lot of people get to feel, you know. Street fight's different. Lock you in the cage, you win a fight in there, you can't replace that feeling with too much. I got to throw wrestling in there because I always do. The feeling of winning a big, big wrestling match, national championships, world championships, Olympics. Wow. You cannot replace that with anything. So I've been pretty lucky. I've been very, very lucky in my life. You create your own luck, though. I did work hard. I did work hard to create the luck, and I did okay. I did okay. So I'm go with that.
What's the most rewarding? Was it winning in wrestling? Was it winning in the UFC? Or was it winning in pro wrestling? What was the greatest accomplishment of your career?
Pride 2000 tournament winner. That was a good one.
No, Pride 2000 tournament, that's deep into the fighting career already. That's deep. So you got to go back to wrestling, which I was bred. I played football, I played baseball, but wrestling was my shit because it was me versus another dude, and that's it. Nobody's in the way. I love football, but you got 11 teammates. Baseball, you got 9 teammates.
And they all Puerto Rican.
Wrestling, what'd you say?
And they all Puerto Ricans.
Baseball.
And no Puerto Ricans. We would have did a lot better if we had a couple of Puerto Ricans.
He might be a pro baseball player instead.
But no, wrestling was my thing. It was one-on-one, and I remember my losses a lot more than my wins because my losses, they just drove me to work harder. I was obsessed. I was obsessed with being the best at something. Football, wrestling, or baseball. I wanted to be in the big leagues. But at the same time, I wanted to be a tough guy. I didn't want nobody to be able to pick on me and whoop my ass just in case I had a cute girl underneath my arm. Just in case I got lucky and had a cutie pie with me. I didn't want no bullies to be able to come up and bully me. So I wanted all that. I was obsessed. I pushed myself hard, and wrestling was the greatest thing ever. One-on-one, so intense. It got to the point I won the national title. Overwhelming. And then now I'm wrestling with the big boys, the big leagues, and I made the team. I beat my heroes. I made the World Championships. I won the Pan American Games. Took second in the world in 1991. Oh, so close to what I really, really wanted. I wanted to be the best at something. Took second. The Olympics is the same people. I planned on going there and beating the Russian that beat me. I don't have a very good record against Russians. Those are bad, bad dudes. The Russians. They're bad in wrestling, and there's a lot of dudes over there that can fight. For example, Bo Chanchin and Fedor. But I could give you some wrestling names. They got tons of great wrestlers over there. They've been doing it for 5 hours a day since they were 5, you know. But I lost track of what I was even talking about because, I don't know, I just did.
All right, good. I can move right on, and I got a great question. The Russians have been known to use steroids, and they've been busted for using steroids. What do you think about steroids? A lot of people have accused you of using steroids in your fighting career.
What was the first part of the questions? The Russians, a lot of them been busted?
Yeah, using steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. They almost banned the entire team from the Olympics. And a lot of people also accuse you.
Okay, you said, yeah, I've been accused too, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so what's the question?
Have you used performance-enhancing drugs? Have you used steroids?
Well, I'm not going to talk about that tonight, but no, I haven't.
All right.
We not that cool yet.
So we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
The Russians it was a touchy situation for the Olympics. Need them Russians in there.
For sure.
Need to make it the best in the world. But it's, they're going to be they're around. They're going to be around. They've set the level very high for stopping this. I think they've done a pretty good job, but it's always going to be a factor in all sports. But to catch everybody, well, try to catch a cockroach.
You're always going to beat the system, and that's just how it's going to work, and that's why cheating exists.
No, you're not always going to beat the system. That's why everybody's getting caught.
Some people are still beating the system.
So some are beating the system, but no, you can't beat the system because you're going to get caught. And, so play fair or risk the potential of being put out there. And I've never failed a drug test, for the record.
Awesome. Yeah, you've never been suspended by USADA once. And that is...
I've never failed a drug test, for the record. But, yes, it's part of the game. It's going to be part of the game.
I believe people say that because...
Definitely. Back when I wrestled, I'd go over to the European countries, and I'm wrestling a guy that looks kind of skinny and weak. Oh, yeah, when I locked up, they were pretty damn strong. Not saying nothing, but it's everywhere. They got WADA on it, and they're doing surprise drug tests. They've done a great job of cutting your way back and cleaning the sport up. But some people are going to get caught, not in fighting, but in every sport.
I got one more sensitive question. You were on that losing streak that you talked about. You lost to Maurice Smith. You lost to Pete Williams. You lost to Pedro Hizzo. There's a lot of talk that you threw that fight with Takada. I don't know if you can talk about that or not. I know there's a lot of things involved in that. But was that a worked fight?
What did you ask me before you said Takada? Maurice Smith?
You lost to Maurice Smith. You lost to Pete Williams. You lost to Pedro Hizzo, that fight that you said you didn't lose. That one... That could have went either way. And then,
that's the way it goes. That's part of the game. That's the way it goes.
After those 3 losses, you were on a losing streak. There was a lot of rumors that you were having financial trouble. And then you fought Nohita Takada and Pride. And a lot of people said that fight was a worked fight and that there's no way that you would step around and get heel hooked as you're winning the fight.
Well... Look, I got called late notice on that. I got 1 day's notice on that, and I took the fight with no training, and got beat, bro.
Just got caught. That's all. Got caught with
I got caught in a sweet ass heel hook.
Yeah.
Okay.
you know that YouTube conspiracy people.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a conspiracy show podcast too. We'll have Mark on. So after that, you want?
Pardon me?
I said we're going to have a conspiracy theory podcast, and we'll get you on about Japanese guys
and aliens.
Pardon me?
Never mind. We'll move on. Then you go to the Grand Prix. You made a huge name for yourself, and you announced your return to MMA. How did that feel, winning the Grand Prix?
I trained my butt off, and I grinded, and I fully expected to win that thing. Hey, people don't understand. Things come up. Maurice Smith, yes, got my ass whooped. Didn't train for him. Thought I was going to whoop him. The fact, blow my ACL out 2 weeks later in practice, preparing for a rematch with Maurice Smith. Blow my ACL out. Okay, 5 months later, I'm supposed to fight Randy Couture, and I'm furious, embarrassed, humiliated by the loss at Maurice Smith. So I went back in there, and I'm training. ACL, 5 months, 6 months. It should be 9 months, but 5, 6 months, I decide I'm ready to go. I went back in there. Supposed to be Randy Couture. I guess I'm kind of lucky that he separated his ribs and pulled out of the fight because I wasn't at my best yet. And then they changed opponents like 5, 6 times in the last 2 weeks. They ended up on Pete Williams. And no, something wasn't right with me. I knew I was in trouble here, but I figured I could win this fight and squeak through and figure out my problems. No, obviously I didn't. I got punted in the face. Okay, so then back to the drawing board. Again, I always go back to the drawing board, figure out what the hell went wrong, and correct the problem? And I couldn't figure it out forever. Okay, well, because I had no energy left. I just thought maybe I just turned old overnight and I'm done. But no, I had a bunch of blood work done, and my thyroid was pretty much not even working. I got on some thyroid medication. It got my body kicking again, and I started preparing for Pedro Hizzle, who was going to be their next superstar, Pedro Hizzle. And that's when I hooked up with Ken Shamrock, and I'm sure that's going to get a little talk, what I said about him. But the bottom line is I love Ken Shamrock, you know. But Pedro Hizzle, I went out there, and I wasn't the killer I was in fight number one. Now it was 10 fights down the road, and the fear factor, worry about your knee, worry about everything. It takes a toll on a fighter. And, well, I thought I did just enough to beat Pedro Hizzle. Wasn't the case. They gave it to the other guy. I'm cut. I went from champion to cut. And then after that, well, I knew what I had to do. Back to the drawing board. You know, train. And I got to find another company. And luckily Pride signed me. And I went over there and had a pretty decent showing. I could have did better if I was younger, but I was getting old. I was old when I started, fellas. I was already 30 when I started fighting. So, yeah, you know, age catches up to you. Injuries catch up to you. People don't understand that. It's an excuse. Well, no, it's just part of the game. You're going to get hurt. And if you get through your whole career without having a bunch of injuries, well, you probably sucked. You probably got your ass kicked. If you got injuries, if you have injuries, well, that means you worked your ass off and you fought shit, and now your body pays, which, yeah, I'm pretty beat up, but you know what? You can't take away what I did. I had some pretty good nights. I had some pretty bad nights, but it was very, very cool. Very fun, very cool, amazing. Wrestling was the greatest sport in the world. Well, I said that for a long time, but the truth is, wrestling is great, but fighting is wrestling without any rules. So I have to give fighting the coolest sport ever in the history. And proud to be part of it. And I wish it would have been a sport 30 years ago, and I would have did it as a kid.
Oh, man, I can imagine you, 21 years old.
I would have did it as a little kid, but when I got into it, I was a wrestler / everybody thought I was a big street fighter, but I really never got in that many street fights, just a few, and those were simple. Those were easy battles, less than 30 seconds most of the time. No, when you walk into that cage against another competitor and they lock it, oh no, it's not going to be a couple punches here. You're going to have to kill the guy. UFC 10, Marty Hornstein, Big Daddy Goodrich, and then Down Fry in the finals. And I love Down Fry, great friend of mine, but let's face it, I was a bigger, stronger wrestler, and ground and pound was working very well that night.
You beat him twice, too.
I know, but the first time was savage. It was savage type. You know, I was, like, concerned why they're not stopping this fight, but they didn't stop fights back then. And Down Fry, the toughest opponent, not the best fighter I ever fought, but the toughest guy I ever fought, he was never going to tap out until I killed him. So, thankfully, Big John stepped in and stopped it at about the 11-minute mark, and wow. I walked off the wrestling mat, I walked into the cage, I fought 3 fights, and then I beat Down Fry. I just won the belt. You want to talk about a good feeling? Your arm raised? That's about as good as it gets, right there. At the same time, you know, I can't be too concerned about my opponent, but I was concerned if Down Fry's okay. He was fine. He lived, and he lived. He wanted to fight me again so bad. Down Fry, he couldn't stand me. He hated me. And eventually we became best friends. And by the time we fought again, their rivalry was kind of over. But no, I love Down Fry. I hope he's doing good. We talk once in a while. All us older guys try to keep together and talk a little bit. So, right place at the right time. I was in the right place at the right time back in 1996. Right place at the right time, and I got the notice. I went in there, and one of the coolest things, there's a lot of cooler things. You got kids. The birth of your kids are cooler. A lot of things are cooler, but athletic-wise, wow. You just got your arm raised. You're a champion. You're a champion.
You talked about all the old guys talking together. What do you think about
Legend of the Cage?
Legend of the Cage and Brian Moore trying to put these guys together again, in touch with each other?
Well, Brian Moore, I've been friends with him for a while now. I'm part of the Legend of the Cage, and he's a hard worker. He tries to do his best. He's trying to create a good thing for everybody, and I'm just part of it. If he needs something from me, then call me and ask. But yeah, keep pushing, keep working hard, Brian Moore.
Awesome.
We'll see where it goes.
He's a friend of our show. We like to help out with the old guys. It's a time of MMA we love.
Yeah.
Speaking of that time, you were the innovator of ground and pound.
The Godfather.
Yeah, you're the Godfather of ground and pound. What did you think when they finally took headbutts out of the UFC? Yeah.
Well, guess what? My next fight was Pete Williams. It's in the freaking Hall of Fame, and it's not one of my favorite fights. But they took headbutts out prior to that show. I took Pete Williams down, and I'm staring at him face to face, and I'm not allowed to smash my head into his face. Big problem for me. I was very confused out there. No headbutts. So I had to work the other stuff and turned it into quite a battle. And then at the end, well, yeah, we've seen the end. I kicked in the face, but you know what? Takes two to tango. It's in the Hall of Fame. I got back up. I won the Pride Grand Prix after that, so made it easier to digest because that made me sick to my stomach. I don't remember it. You don't ever remember getting knocked out. I had to watch it on TV, and it made me sick when I seen it. Thankfully, I got my shit together and came back and won the Pride Grand Prix to take that sour taste in my mouth away.
If you fought Hoist Gracie, would you have beat him?
I personally think if I fought Hoist Gracie, I think I would have. There would have been a lot of danger involved. No denying the guy is incredible with his sneaky jiu-jitsu, but at the same time, I just think I would have overwhelmed him, overpowered him, and smashed him. He's going to hate to hear this, but too bad for Hoist Gracie. That's my opinion. I'm sure Hoist Gracie thinks he would have beat my ass, but no. I look at the Chemo Leopold fight, and Chemo is not me. He damn near smashed him. 10 times Chemo. I would have smashed him on my feet, or if we got to the ground, certainly I had to be very careful with the guillotine, the gi choke around the throat, and the arm bar and all that shit. Hoist Gracie's great, but I was always promoting size matters, and size does matter. That's why they created weight classes. That's why they created weight classes, because Gracie and all the jiu-jitsu guys were saying size don't matter. Well, size don't matter against a big chump. Okay, but against me, size would have mattered. And I personally think, with the headbutts, with no rules, I would have put my head through his face. I mean, I just would have put my head through his face. That's it. But I'm sure he thinks otherwise, and I hope he don't take that personally, but that's just the way I feel, and I had to feel like that. He feels he would have tired me out, wore me down, and eventually put me in an armbar or a choke like he did Severn. Well, I'm not Dan Severn. Okay, Dan Severn didn't invent ground pound. I did. Okay, so Dan Severn, he got in that choke after wearing him out. So, okay, I love Dan Severn, but he wasn't the beast, the killer instincts that I had. So, of course, I think I would have beat Hoist Gracie. But everybody thinks they can beat everybody. But I mean, seriously, I don't think it would have been. Of course, I'm not denying there was a high risk. There was a high risk of getting choked out potentially by this guy. Long, skinny, strong, tough guy. But, it changes a headbutt to the nose or a headbutt to the eyeball or a headbutt anywhere. Well, I'm telling you what, it changes your whole game. And that's what I would have did. I would have been headbutting him, plowing him in the ribs, smashing him in the face, and headbutting him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And no, he would not have been able to take that much. He would not have been able to take it because I delivered with viciousness.
Not to suck.
I was vicious.
Not to suck your nuts anymore than I already had.
Lay and pray. Lay and pray. I had nothing to do with lay and pray.
Ground and pound.
I actually, to be honest with you, later on in my career, after I was out of my prime, which when was I ever in my prime? Probably when I started, I was already past my prime. But when I was out of my prime, I used lay and pray myself. You got to be sneaky about it. But it's something that wrestlers have to use. But in the beginning, I was too stupid to lay and pray. I thought we was on the streets and it's kill. Luckily it worked. It worked out for a little while. But then eventually I had to Stephen Bonner, don't get me wrong, I used a little lay and pray against Stephen Bonner. One of my favorite wins.
Yeah, I like that win.
But no, I had to tactically I had to beat this guy, and well, there was no headbutts legal, so that hurt a little bit too. But the sport evolves, and these people now fighting in the UFC are amazing. And it's unfortunately, ground and pound is not used that much, but it's because of something I said a long time ago. I said size matters, and then I said everybody was so tired of all these wrestlers kicking ass, laying and praying, want to change the rules. Don't need to change the rules, just give it a little more time, and everybody will learn how to stop a takedown. And now it's 80 to 90% all stand-up, which, you know, it can become boring at times. The original days of the UFC, you know, they were what they were because brand new sport and a lot of mismatches. Now you have so many guys that are so highly skilled. Well, it's become Muay Thai kickboxing with a little bit of ground and pound added and a little bit of wrestling added. So, still the greatest sport in the world, but you can never go back. You can never go back to the beginning. It'll never be like that. That would never be shown on TV now. It would never be a $4.2 billion company if the sport kept all the rules like they did. They had to change the rules, soften the sport up. It's still the toughest sport in the world, but it's not the original. Soften it up.
Do you think a guy
and I still love it to death.
Do you think a guy like Jordan Burroughs could come in now and win UFC fights?
Could Jordan Burroughs come in and win the UFC?
Yeah, do you think
is that the question?
Yeah, do you think he can come in and win fights, not win?
What the heck? What do you think this is? 1996?
That's what I'm asking you.
This is 2016.
Oh.
Could Jordan Burroughs come in and win it? I love Jordan Burroughs, one of the greatest wrestlers if not the greatest. He's in the top 3 greatest wrestlers of all time. But could he come into the UFC and win it? Well, if he took 4 years to change his complete training schedule and got with one of these high-powered camps, it would take him 2-3 years, 2-3 years just to really get prepared. He fights some undercard stuff, but no. You can't just jump off the wrestling mat because you're a badass wrestler and get in the cage anymore. Hell no. He'd get his ass whooped right now in that cage. But if he decided to commit to becoming a UFC fighter, and I'm talking a whole year of 2 times a day with a jiu-jitsu coach, a stand-up coach, and don't ever forget about your wrestling, Jordan Burroughs, because that's what you got to hear. You still got to wrestle, but you need a stand-up coach, and you need a jiu-jitsu coach, and it would take him. He's such a great athlete. I don't know how long it would take him, but he could probably get there, but he would have to commit his whole life to become a fighter. It ain't about walking off the mat and walking into the cage. Kyle Snyder, same thing. Kyle Snyder from my hometown here, Columbus, Ohio. Baddest wrestler maybe in the history of the United States. He's too young to give that to him, but it's only going to take him a couple more years to be declared the greatest, and he's a big guy. To declare him the greatest of all time in America, because this guy's sick. Now, could he switch to fighting? Well, yes, he could. He's that athletic. But at the same time, you don't just switch like I did. I walked off the wrestling mat. 30 days later, I walked into the cage. That doesn't happen anymore. Now you need a lot of time to learn other skills. Punching. Can he punch? Does he have a chin? Does Jordan Burroughs have a chin? Does Kyle Snyder have a chin? Can they throw a punch? Well, nobody knows. You got to find that out. They got the potential, obviously, because wrestlers have shown how great they are. Look at the record. Look at the champions. Wrestlers have shown how great they can be. But can Jordan Burroughs walk off the mat and walk into the cage? Well, maybe on a lower level against a less quality opponent, he might overwhelm him. But no, Jordan Burroughs is a year and a half away. If that, I don't know, but it would take him a year and a half to learn the rest of the game and build his way up. And possibly, Jordan Burroughs could be a superstar. Look at Daniel Cormier, one of my good friends. Wrestler, badass wrestler. He got to the UFC very quick. That's how athletic he is. He got the training. He learned the rest of the game. Look at DC. Champion. I can't wait till him and Bones Jones fight again.
Do you think he's going to beat Rumble?
Pardon me?
Do you think he's going to beat Rumble Johnson?
Okay, he's got to fight Rumble first. You're right.
Yeah.
And Buffalo.
And Buffalo, New York.
Do I think he's going to beat him? Hey, I could make a prediction and maybe get lucky like these guys on TV do. Do I think he's going to beat Rumble? Honestly, I have no idea who's going to win that fight, because anything can happen when Big John says, let's get it on. if Big John's a ref. When Big John says, let's get it on, if you knew who's going to win, well, then you can get rich. Go place your bet in Vegas. Make your money. But no, I don't know. It only takes one punch from Rumble. It only takes one punch from DC. So I don't know who's going to win that, but I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see that.
It's going to be a good one. We'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
Caveman's Corner will be there live at UFC 210.
Buffalo, New York.
What do you think about wrestlers that are great wrestlers like Rashad Evans and other guys like that once they start knocking people out, Josh Koscheck, they get away from the roots of wrestling, and you see their careers start to go downwind once they stop the wrestling. What would you say to these guys, and why does that happen?
Listen, don't ever leave your roots. Don't leave your roots. Roots of wrestling, okay? That's what made you the badass you are in that cage. So don't leave your roots too far. I like Josh Koscheck, but he was a great wrestler. He tried to turn into a great stand-up boxer, which is exciting, but don't leave your roots, man. You got to practice. Nobody likes to practice. Trust me, I did the Tough 19. I was B.J. Penn's wrestling coach on that show. In 6 weeks there, none of my guys, it just frustrated the hell out of me. None of these guys wanted to wrestle because one day I did get charged early on, and I put them through 3 5-minute wrestling matches, full go. And, well, they showed up the next day, and none of them wanted to even look at me. Just they walked away from me and stayed away from me because they didn't want to wrestle again because they were all so sore and so beat up from the wrestling practice the day before. They didn't want no part of wrestling. They wanted to hit the pads, do a little Muay Thai stand up, but, you know, why were these guys so sore the next day? It's a simple answer. Wrestling is brutal. It's no fun. It's hard. It's a grind. It's tiring. You're sore the next day. But that's what makes you a champion. Of course, you got to have all the rest of the game, but your best base is always to be a good wrestler.
What do you think about jiu-jitsu?
Man, it's sick. It's kind of, to me, it's the same as wrestling, only the complete opposite. Wrestling and jiu-jitsu are very, very similar. Only wrestling, you're not allowed to try to break a guy's arm or try to break his ankle or obviously go for his throat. Those things are illegal in wrestling. Okay, that's what I came from, wrestling. All these things were illegal, but now I'm thrown in a cage, and all these things that were illegal in wrestling, they're now legal. Well, I had it in me. I like to wrestle and not be penalized for smashing the guy in the face with a headbutt, punching him in the face, and going for his throat. You know, those things are illegal in wrestling, but it's very similar to jiu-jitsu, only the opposite. But I respect it. I respect it so much, and I'm probably lucky that maybe not lucky, but early on I didn't face nobody that was that great in jiu-jitsu. Probably a benefit to me, and that's why you never know who would have won between me and Horace Gracie, because I'm going to give him credit and say he's a super black belt in the art of choking somebody out or armbarring him. But at the same time, I was a black belt and taking it down and smashing it in the face. So who knows who won that battle? Because no, I wasn't no black belt in jiu-jitsu. But
you beat a really good black belt in Alan Goes, who I think would probably tap out Horace Gracie in a jiu-jitsu tournament, to be honest with you.
Well, it's okay. I beat Alan Goes. Hell, Fedor Emelianenko.
Stefan Bonner's a black belt too.
Is that the only good jiu-jitsu guy I beat?
Stefan Bonner's a black belt. Stefan Bonner's really good.
Yeah, Carson Gracie.
Bonner, yes. I had a lot of problems getting very old there.
Hua?
Man, oh man. Yeah, he was dangerous.
Marcelo Hua
Ricardo
was a black belt. Yeah.
Ricardo Moraes.
Morales, yeah.
How about Moraes?
Yep, I remember that.
How about that big guy? 6'10", 295 pounds. I'm coming off a 4-fight losing streak, and I got to fight this cat. Woo! It was all on the line. It was all on the line that night.
That's why I always think you'd be Horace Gracie, because Horace Gracie had a lot of trouble with Dan Severn, and you're a much better ground and pound guy than Dan Severn. And you beat Alan Goes, who I consider one of the best jiu-jitsu guys that you fought, and Marco Hua and Stefan Bonner, and you're never in any real danger in any one of those fights. And I always think you'd win that fight. But
well, I tell you what, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it would have been, I say it would have been dangerous and potentially hazardous, but probably I think I just would have overwhelmed and overpowered Horace Gracie. But that is my opinion, you know. But oh well.
Yeah. That's
It would have been dangerous, but I tell you what, the best jiu-jitsu guy I ever won against is Antonio Rodrigo Noguera. Jeez, oh Pete, this guy was smooth. He got me in the arm bar / arm triangle, whatever you want to call it, damn thing. But oh man, this guy was a badass. Love him.
Was he a strong guy? Did he have strong grips?
He had the strongest grip of anybody I've ever faced in my life. Antonio Rodrigo Noguera, when he grabbed onto my wrist, it was locked. Yes, I'm surprised you brought that up, but oh man, his hands and then his feet were just like two other arms. I mean, his legs are, and no excuses. I wasn't really ready to go that night. I don't like to make excuses, but I really wasn't prepared to fight that night. I did my best, but sometimes you get short notice from pride. You don't know you're fighting, but whatever. No excuses. He whooped me fair and square, but I would have loved to fight that guy at my best. But at not my best, wow.
How was his boxing? People say his boxing's really good. It's been iffy.
Well, I don't know. The fight only lasted 4 or 5 minutes. We was on our feet for a little while. I don't know. I mean, he was worried about my double leg, and I wasn't even thinking about it because what good is that taking him to the ground? Because this guy, he is one of the best by far ever on the ground on his back. I always say it's not great to be on your back, but if you're Noguera, it ain't that bad of a place to be. But his boxing, we was on our feet for a little bit, and I don't know. I don't have nothing to say about that. Just not one of my better nights.
Yeah.
Not ready to go. And got my ass whooped. That's it. That's it.
Marco Krokop stuffed your takedowns. I couldn't believe that.
Mirko Krokop. You guys are getting into everything, man. This is crazy bullshit. Bunch of bullshit.
We're fans, man. We gotta ask you these questions.
Well, I know, but what the hell, man? I don't give interviews like this to anybody. I don't even know you.
That's why you're giving it to us.
I don't even know you.
Because if you knew us, you'd hate us. So we're good.
You got a fucking Puerto Rican. You got a Puerto Rican. You got a. What else you got back there?
Is this some fucking caveman?
A caveman.
Caveman, Puerto Rican.
Well, all right.
Well, you guys owe me one.
Yeah, sure, anytime. Whatever you need, we're always
anytime. What you do for me?
I don't know. We could do nothing.
Get some rims for you.
Yeah, Ray can get you some tires. I don't know. That's about all I could do for you. I can let you beat me up. I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty good punching bag. You got beat up a lot.
I'm done fighting, bro. Unfortunately, those days are over. That was my release, and I don't have no release anymore.
I'll just stand.
I don't have any release. But
you just had a kid, though. That's not very true.
Listen, I'm pretty banged up, but you know what? Don't fucking don't count me out first 3 minutes, which a lot of times it didn't take 3 minutes. I could still go at it for 3. I'll suck it up for 3. If needed, I can still go out there and whoop some ass for 3 to 5 minutes.
I was kind of saving this.
That's it.
I was kind of saving this for the end because I didn't know how you're going to take it. But can you talk a little bit about Kevin Randleman, please?
Oh, man. You guys are getting into everything here, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. Kevin Randleman, I was a big fan of him and the Hammer House and you guys. And you have a relationship that not everyone knows how deep it was. And that's something that fans...
Yeah, I mean, I was a first-year coach at Ohio State. Kevin was the first-year freshman at Ohio State, top recruit. And, we didn't bond at first, not for any particular reason, but he was not quite. I coached the upper weights, and he was kind of in the middle between middleweight and upperweight. And well, I coached my guys, and at the same time, like I said, I was training for the Olympics myself. That was my main goal. Coach the upper weights and train myself. And Kevin was down there. I really didn't know him too well until we came back from Christmas break, and we're in the weight room, and he walks by, and I looked at him and said, "Hey, you want to work out with me today? Lift some weights today?" And next thing you know, me and him are working out, lifting some weights, and he actually thought I didn't like him. You know, maybe even racist type deal. We worked out that day. He ran home, called up his stepmama or his mama, and said, "He likes me." He was talking about me. He said, "He likes me. He wants me to work out with him every day." And basically, it was that simple and that quick. We bonded right then. And Kevin Randleman, not saying I was the greatest coach, but I was old school. Let's get strong. Let's get strong and big and in shape. And we bonded. And he went from a guy that was pretty much getting handled in practice by all the other guys. He went from that 6 months later, the confidence and the strength he gained in that quick of time, because he was an incredible, amazing athlete. He came back, and now he knew I was on his side. Well, nobody touched him from that point on. He beat the hell out of everybody in the room. Except me, of course.
I heard he couldn't score a point. Whoop him. He never scored a point on you?
What's that?
I heard he could never score a point on you if you didn't want to let him.
The truth is, I think if he's here to be on the other line, I'm pretty sure he would admit to it, because he did many times. No, he never took me down in about a 10-year span.
God,
that's the truth.
He was amazing too. He was one of the scariest guys.
He was amazing. He was amazing. He was amazing. But I had his number. And don't get me wrong, that's the only reason I had kind of a little bit of control of Kevin the Monster Randleman. And he was the monster, and he was his own man, but he did respect me, at least a little bit. And one of the reasons was because I could whoop his ass in practice. That gains a little bit of respect. When you can whoop somebody's butt, you get their respect. And Kevin Randleman, oh man, he was so talented, so athletic, but at the same time, I would try to break him in the workouts I put him through. And it's not hard to break somebody, but I really found it almost impossible to break this guy. Kevin Randleman was not to be broken. And when he was ready to go, people don't care about injuries and this and that, but when he was trained hard enough and he was healthy, oh man, that's a dangerous opponent looking across the ring from you. And he put the fear in a lot of people's eyes. And to highlight it all, of course, the Crow Cop knockout. And then the Fedor suplex that he came within a half inch of killing Fedor, breaking him, knocking him out, breaking his neck, killing him. He came within a half inch of that. And what the heck? Of course, those two things stand out in everybody's mind. That was sick. That was savage. Left hook on Crow Cop, suplex, came within a quarter of an inch of beating the Emperor. You know, love the man, miss the man, my best friend. We were partners. And don't get me wrong, we did have our conflicts. Can you imagine me and Randleman in the same room too often? We had our conflicts, but we always worked them out. Love him to death. I miss him to death. I miss him so much. Well, God, it was great. was amazing. It was great to be in his corner when he was ready to go. When he was ready to fight, healthy and in shape, well, everybody in the world had a little problem on their hands with Kevin Randleman.
I think he may be the most underrated fighter in all UFC history, to be honest with you. He had the biggest upsets of all time.
I don't know. I'm not there putting any votes on it. But like I said, when he was ready, when he was in shape, when he was healthy, very, very dangerous opponent. Maybe he took it easy on me in practice. That's why he maybe never took me down. Maybe he was taking it easy on the old man. I don't think so.
I heard you guys had a crazy injury in the practice room when you were wrestling around in your socks one time.
Pardon me?
Did one of you guys get a pretty serious injury one time when you're wrestling around in your socks in a wrestling room, just warming up before practice?
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's possible, but I don't recall any of that. I mean,
I read an article somewhere where you hurt your neck when you were messing around with Randleman, working out, just warming up in your socks before you got your shoes on. You were goofing around. I didn't know if that was true or not.
Well, there's no story behind that. I had a serious neck injury, and we were wrestling, and yeah, I did hit my neck, but it wasn't because of shoes or socks. It was just flat out. I had a bulging disc on my neck, and yeah, I heard he kind of got a good squeeze on me. He didn't take me down.
You see,
because we know he didn't take me down, but no, I hurt my neck pretty good. It was already hurt.
Caveman.
Damage was done.
Caveman, that's fake
surgery.
news.
Fake news. Donald Trump's fake news coming out.
Fake news. But no, I eventually did have surgery on my neck. It wasn't from random. My neck was already messed up. But yeah, I did get hurt wrestling him in practice after that, and it's just eventually I did have to get the neck surgery. I thought my career was over. Had the neck surgery, came back, and kept fighting. Neck surgery worked out great. It was amazing. The neck surgery worked out amazing, and I came back and fought for another 8 years. So, but the monster, yeah, one of the most charismatic guys you'll ever meet.
Do you think running the Hammer House yourself while you're actively fighting helped or hurt your career? Because because coaching and fighting at the same time.
I'm just going to put it real simple. The answer is it hurt my career. It was great. It was cool. It was fun, giving all my friends an opportunity to get into this, and I had to pass in now. I was a champion, so I had to pass to get these people in the door. So I did it. It was great. It was fun to help them out, fun to corner them, but at the same time, it was like babysitting. I don't know how many people had, 8 to 10 guys, 7 to 8 guys, who knows, but it was like babysitting 7 to 8, 25-year-olds. Now, how hard is that? How hard is that?
Especially crazy young guys that are fighters. It's definitely interesting.
Pardon
dynamic.
me?
Especially crazy young guys that are all fighters. That's a very interesting dynamic to try and coach.
Well, yeah, I tried to do both. It was fun. It was great. It was a blast. Go take these guys to Brazil, take them to Japan, take them to UFC, take them wherever I could get them in. And this is back in the day where you didn't need 2 years of training like Jordan Burroughs might. This is back in the day where you hone your skills a little bit, and we're going to go enter an 8-man tournament in Israel. We're going to go enter an 8-man tournament in Brazil. We're going to go fight in Japan. It was just, I wanted to give them an opportunity, and it was fun, but at the same time, I was the champ. And it was definitely taken away from what makes you the champ is training and trying to be the champ. And that means nothing on your plate. Eat, sleep, and train. to be the champ. Well, I became the champ, and then all of a sudden I had all these free passes everywhere. Bring a fighter to Brazil. Bring a fighter to Japan. Well, I had a bunch of wrestling buddies that could do what I was doing. Maybe not as good. I don't know if anybody did as good as I did. Maybe not. Maybe they did. But, so I did that. But it definitely ate away at my career. In hindsight. Because the thing to make, it's easier to become the champion than to stay the champion. Because as soon as you become the champion, everybody wants a piece of you. And you go give everybody a piece of you. And guess what? You get back in the ring, and you didn't train like you used to, like what made you a champion. And next thing you know, you got your ass whooped. And it's happened to so many. It's happened to so many, including myself.
If you could do it all over again, would you still make the Hammer House?
Hell yeah. Hammer House for life, dude. Hammer House for life. I got so many good friends that are a part of the Hammer House, and I would do it differently. I would do it a little bit differently, but no, I cared about these guys. I cared about every one of them. I was obsessed when I was in the corner of somebody. Obsessed. It was the closest thing to me being in there myself that could be. I was in the corner, and I was obsessed. It took a lot out of me. It took a lot away from my training. So, it was as great and as cool as it was. I got so many stories from some of my best friends who fought in Brazil, fought in Japan, fought in Israel. But at the same time, I should have been worried about myself a little bit more. Training. And at the same time, I had 2 kids. A 1 and 2-year-old daughter when I was champion. Changed me a lot as well. When all you want to do is eat, sleep, and train, and you got all these things on your plate, I didn't have much time in my prime left, because when I started fighting, I was in my prime. My prime was going quick. So yeah, if I could do it all over again, I would change a lot of things. Not a lot of things. Mainly, I would focus on what made me a champion in wrestling and in fighting. And there's only one thing that makes you a champion, and that is preparing yourself to be a champion. So, yes, I slacked off in a lot of areas, had too much fun, enjoyed being a champion, and the next thing you know, you get punted in the face. You get punted in the face, and a lot of people don't ever get up. At least I got the hell up, thank the Lord. So I shouldn't say hell. Got the heck up, thank the Lord, and started doing what I did before. For the Pride Grand Prix, okay, they brought me in as a big name. They didn't want me to win this damn thing. You know, they wanted Mark Kerr or Vo Chanchin. They brought me in as a big name. But little did they know, I got back to my roots. As you asked earlier, I got back to my roots. And I was doing a lot of wrestling, which sucks. It's very, very, very hard, painful sport. But I was doing it. And I was saying, if I'm in shape, if I was in shape, well, there's a good chance I could beat anybody. And for the Pride Grand Prix, well, I showed up there in shape. And, well, I won it. Thank the Lord. Right place at the right time.
Very awesome, man. It's humbling to talk to you. We are one of the greatest champions in UFC history, and sometimes people forget what a great champion we're. It's like we're talking to Jim Brown or one of the great NFL Hall of Famers.
Right.
And we really appreciate your time. Can you talk a little bit about the brawl that happened in the ring with
Anderson Silva?
Yeah, with
Man.
Silva.
Jesus, man, you guys told me I was going to be offered like a short 15-minute interview. You're getting every damn question I got.
That's our job,
Yeah.
man.
You guys better edit this shit.
I'll definitely edit it. I'm gonna make you sound really intelligent, and I'm gonna edit that part out.
It's a long time, and you better edit it.
I definitely will.
Yeah, it take K-Man some hours to.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm done.
That's fine.
And you got all kinds of foreigners in there.
Oh, come on.
You got Clinton in there.
Clinton?
I got Hillary Clinton in there.
Oh, we just put a stain on her dress. All right.
Oh, wow. Okay, man.
Hey, the silver thing. Listen, let's try to get to it real quick. Okay, I honestly, I thought about the fight with Shogun Rua, and the Japanese company Pride gave me 3 months notice. Said you're going to be fighting Shogun Rua in 3 months. Well, I wasn't used to 3 months notice because Shogun Rua was their boy. So they wanted him to beat me for sure. Trust me. And well, they gave me 3 months notice because they just wanted to make sure I was going to do it. They didn't think I had a chance in the world to beat Shogun Rua because I didn't look so good in my previous fights. But okay, yeah, I'll fight Shogun Rua in 3 months. Guess what? And he's going to come up and fight me at heavyweight? Okay. Well, I put together a 3-month training camp. I got in shape for this fight. I was ready for this fight. I'm over in Japan, and I'm ready to ruin all their plans because this was their young superstar. But little did he know I was on it. I came in weighing, I think 200 and maybe 14 pounds. I don't know exactly. He came in weighing 219 pounds. Old Shogun didn't have to make weight, so he swelled up, and he was probably 19 pounds overweight. He was too big, and I was ripped. He weighed more than I did, and that wasn't right. I was the big heavyweight. He was the 205-pounder, but I got on a serious, very strict diet, cut some of the extra weight that I was carrying off, and I was ready to roll. That night, I was ready to roll, and I told Phil Baroni, we watched tapes of him the night before, and I told my boy Baroni, if I lose to this guy, throw me train tracks. You understand?
Yes,
you got
sir.
a lot of subways over there in Japan. I said, if Shogun beats me, I want you to throw me on the train tracks. I want to be just wiped off. Because I watched him, and I knew I could beat him. I thought I could beat him. I was so confident. Not super confident, but just confident. And then sure enough, I went out there feeling good, feeling angry, feeling pissed. And he was very weak. Shogun's great fighter, but his weakness is his strength. He's not that strong. And I was so much stronger than him. And, well, I double-legged him. And I have to learn jiu-jitsu to stop his funky shit, right? I had to learn how to stop all his stuff. Well, he had to learn wrestling. He was not a very good wrestler either. Horrible wrestler. I took him down with a double leg, and he posted with his arm, which as a wrestler, you don't post your arm like that because quite possibly it might blow out the back door, right?
And that's what happened.
You follow that?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's exactly what happened. His elbow went the wrong way. I didn't know this for sure. I was on the other side of his body. I heard a little squeal out of Shogun, and, I reached up to, you don't quit till the ref pulls you off. There was no ref there, so I threw a couple punches. The ref came, and honestly, I visualized this before the fight because I knew I was going to beat him. And me and the Shooter Box team had a pretty damn good relationship leading up to this. We shared locker rooms together a lot of times, but I knew when I beat Shogun and I stand up and I look at that corner, I knew that's all it was going to take. And sure enough, that's all it took. I stood up, and I stared at the corner. What's his brother's name, Shogun? Murillo?
Mauricio. Oh, Ninja.
Ninja Hua.
Ninja had jumped into the cage of the ring and confronted me, and by this point I was overwhelmed with emotion. I just knew I just beat Shogun Hua, and the emotions that take over are very, very powerful. And I got
Ninja?
His brother jumping in the ring, staring me down. Well, I asked him if he wanted some too. This is where the cameras went out. He backed up because he was all by himself, and I don't blame him for backing up because it looked like I was going to kill him. And then all of a sudden, yeah, chaos happened in the ring. And I had a lot of people coming at me from all directions, but whew, I'm at my best. I'm at my best fighting-wise when you take away the clock. There's no clock ticking, and there's no rules. That's when I felt comfortable fighting, and that's what it was. It was that type of situation, and it was, I didn't want nobody to get hurt. My daddy's standing in the corner. I got Baroni with me. I didn't want nobody to get hurt, but at the same time, I'm going to protect myself. And we did pretty good. We beat Shogun. I beat Shogun. And then in the aftermath, nobody got to see it. There's footage on, you can see it on cell phone footage. Well, we got the best in the aftermath as well. It was a blast. But now the Shudo Box team don't like me. And, oh well. It sucked because I don't like having people that don't like me. I don't like having enemies. Eventually, cooler heads prevailed, and it all, as far as I know, I'm on good terms with both the coaches, and Shogun and me have sat at tables together, and we're on good terms. And even Wanderlei Silva, who, you know, during the melee, he was stuck right underneath me, and, well, you know, I had to put a little foot on his throat. Not with much pressure, because I don't like to, yeah, I think he might have put his heel through my face, but, you know, I did that just for, it was fun. You don't get these opportunities very often. Having fun. It was scary. It was real. It was a real fight, real deal. And, unfortunately, nobody got to see it because it was blast, and we didn't take it any further than that because it could have turned into a big Hammer House versus Shudo Box, you know, competition in Japan. You got Baroni fighting Ninja, Randleman fighting Shogun, and then me and the big Wanderlei Silva could have went at it. Yeah, it'd have been neat. But it was neat as it was. It was neat the way it went down. But thankfully, we've all shook hands, and there's peace. As far as I know, there's nothing but peace between us. It went down. It was the heat of the moment, and that's what happened. You know, that was fun.
Yeah, it looked like you guys were having a good time in there.
Well, I don't think we looked like we ever was having a good time during the altercation. When it all ended and everybody was safe, yes, it was a great night. I think I sat up and ate 50 pounds worth of whatever I could find in a Japanese convenience store.
Oh.
Sushi.
Well, I want to thank you for your time, Mark. I know you want to get out of here, and you're ready to beat the shit out of us. But I appreciate you being so open with me, man. It means a lot to me.
We appreciate
I'm
you,
okay.
man.
My girlfriend's getting pissed.
I don't know what he's talking about. I have been pissed.
We're sorry. We don't mean to get Mark in trouble. We like him a lot.
He's a cool dude.
Mark's in trouble all the time. It's just another night.
It's just another night.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry. Thank you for your time. I know you're the one that had to put up with us the most. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Listen, you fucks, you Puerto Rican,
Oh,
you Puerto Rican, you Siberian, or you whatever.
Yeah.
You need to help me out. My girlfriend is pissed, and it's because of you guys. Now help me out. She's on the phone. Help me get out of this trouble.
All right, here,
Please.
put her back on.
If it makes you guys feel better, we have adopted a Puerto Rican.
Yeah, do that.
And we love him dearly, like our own kid.
We're sorry to get Mark in trouble.
Please don't. It's our fault. Please don't be mad at him no more.
You can be pissed at us.
Fuck Mark, you guys come get him right now. I'm expecting you to pull up in my driveway in 30 minutes and pick his ass up because I'm done with it.
No
this
way.
night has ended it. 4 hours with this bullshit. It's done.
All right, we'll let him go, but you're a true champion, and just like him. We appreciate his time.
I'm a true champion, just like you.
You say so? No, she's dead serious. She's pissed. She's pissed. She's done with me.
Oh, well, we'll see.
That sucks.
Ray's going to go pick you up.
Huh?
I'll pick you up, Mark.
You guys are way too far away.
You go sleep in the couch tonight?
Ray, that's not funny.
Hey, I've been there a couple of times already.
Ray's in trouble, too. Ray's
You
supposed to
gonna
be...
call me an Uber? You guys gonna cover my Uber?
We'll cover your Uber. I got extra room, dude. You can sleep in my house.
Call me an Uber to.
Come on over. I'll be more than happy to have you at my house, sir.
Hey, oh, man, I'm coming over.
What state? What state you in?
New York. Western New York. Buffalo, New
How
York.
long does the Uber take to get there? What's that gonna cost? A couple hundred? Couple grand? It's gonna
No
cost
way.
a couple grand to get an Uber there.
Uber's cheap. Oh, yeah, we don't have Uber here. We'll have to get you a taxi.
No, we do. I think we do.
No, we don't.
Oh, we don't?
No. Well, I can pick you up as soon as you get to the New York line.
Listen, fellas, it was great chatting with you. I know, whatever, but just please, we talked a long time. Edit some shit out, okay, bro? We ain't Dr. Ricky. Fuck. Ridiculous.
Adopt Ricardo.
Yeah.
Adopt Ricardo Hernandez.
I don't ever do that.
Yeah,
No,
listen.
You Puerto Ricans, you fuckers can hit a home run. You hear me ever?
Listen.
Try to give you this lot of footage. Please cut some stupid shit out.
We will. And I'm coming over for dinner.
Huh?
I'm coming over for dinner.
You coming over for dinner?
Yes, sir.
What are you Puerto Ricans like?
He's going to bring some beans and rice.
Okay, beans and rice. I got to figure out how to do it.
Oh, Ray will bring it. Puerto Ricans
I
are
like
great. They
beans
bring
and
food.
rice too.
Oh, there we go.
Me and K-Man coming over for dinner.
Caveman. Okay, what I call you? I gave you a nickname. What you like it? You like the John Dents?
No, Jeff
John.
the fucking caveman Dent. That's
See
what I
that
like.
one?
Please.
Jeff the fucking Caveman Dents.
Yes.
You like that?
I love it.
That's a nice
Okay.
one.
All right.
You got it. I gave it to you. You can't give yourself an old nickname. I gave it to you.
That's gonna be the new intro.
No, I'm gonna go get some.
All right. We're gonna let you get out of here before you get divorced, Mark. I really appreciate everything.
Thank you, man. Thank you for letting us interview you.
Okay, I like you guys. So I opened up.
Yeah.
My girl wants to know when this is gonna be aired. I'm saying these are small time fiddlers, just getting a little start. It's the fucking they got like 300 viewers at the most.
I don't even have that many,
And
sir.
I'm trying,
got like
trying to
20.
help them boost it up to maybe double it.
I got like 100 viewers. So
You got 100?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can get up to 150 then. Okay, well, she wants to hear when and where this is at. I really don't even want her to hear it.
It's gonna be on YouTube. It'll be posted on our K-Man's Corner. I probably won't have it edited. I got a lot of editing to do on this one, so probably not till Thursday or Friday of the next week.
Listen, here's what you got to do. Can you do me a favor and send me a text?
I sure can.
send me a text with who the hell you are, the cave cheese, and the Puerto Rican fuck.
You got
the cave cheese ball and the Puerto Rican fuck. And
you got my number. The number.
That's your second name.
What's my second name?
I gave you your first. I gave you your cave cheese.
Cave cheese. I like that too.
Oh, okay.
You're the cave cheese ball.
And how about me?
And the Puerto Rican fuck that can't hit a curveball.
Oh, damn. I suck at baseball.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I was pretty good at it. I loved it, man. I loved baseball.
My father was pretty good at it.
Nice.
That's because he's
I respect it.
Puerto Rico.
And trust me, you guys know I'm just joking. I ain't no racist.
Yeah. I know that.
Yeah, random was like, oh, you always go there. Like, I got black friends. That's what they say. That don't mean nothing. But no, me and Randall lived together. I lived with two black guys in college for 4 years. Come on, man.
No one can ever call you racist for knowing how you and Kevin Randleman were tight, man. Everyone that knows you knows that for sure. And that's the God's honest truth.
It was tight. But the only reason he stuck by me is because you know the answer. I whooped his ass. But we had our wars. We had our battles. But that was part of the game. When it came down to crunch time, we had each other's back. We had each other's back. It was cool. I missed him. I miss him, man.
That wrestling background brings that out in you guys, too. You just got that commonality.
Yeah. Wrestlers, you say which one you like better? I always liked wrestling better because it was just 25 years of my life. I loved it when I got into fighting. I always said I'm going to go back to it, but it's a tie. But wrestling, there was just no money, no fame, and you couldn't headbutt somebody. So I'll let you guys go.
All right, thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it.
Send me a text and please edit that a little bit, okay, bro?
I will, sir.
We got you.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Because I gave you guys a lot of shit. I know I did.
I know.
You guys got me talking, and that's fine, but just clean it up a little bit, okay?
I'll clean it up a lot for you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, Mark.
All right, send me a text, and do they have toilet paper over in Puerto Rico?
Yes, we do.
I'm just joking, but I've been to Cuba before. Back in my wrestling days, I went to Cuba. I'm in the fucking bathroom, and oh shit! They told us to bring our own toilet paper, so I did. But oh my goodness, no toilet paper was
That's a good story, Mark.
a hot commodity over there. You got to hide your toilet paper.
We should make money. We should sell toilet paper out there.
That's what we're gonna do when we get
do
deported.
what?
We should sell toilet paper over there.
Buy it from the dollar store.
We should sell toilet paper over there. We're gonna buy it from the dollar store and sell it over there.
For 20,
hey, they don't
bucks.
They don't have a dollar to spend. No, I'm serious. The poor Cubans, old Castro, he ruined them.
Oh yeah.
It could be a rich country.
Did they have a good wrestling team over there?
Cuba's not bad at. They're not bad at Greco-Roman freestyle. They have some weight classes where they're pretty good, but they're not a powerhouse. But they're pretty damn good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got beat by a Cuban, so yeah, and I got beat by a fucking Cuban once.
Is he
but
still
I beat
alive?
the Cuban one that counted. Huh?
Is he still alive? Did you hit a bunch of shit out of him after? Holy cow.
Man, you lose in wrestling, you shake the guy's hand, you walk away and with your tail between your legs, man.
He probably was all greased up.
He was greased up as hell. Good call.
Cisco grease.
Good call, man. I like that. The Russians, geez, the Europeans, oh my God, you had to wrestle these guys.
They put deodorant on.
They don't have nothing. They have no clue about deodorant. They don't have deodorant. So you wrestle a European, and holy shit, you just want to get the hell out of there because it stunk so bad.
Gotta stick him quick. Stick him quick, get the fuck out.
Yeah, but they're too tough to ping quick, so you got to deal with it for the whole 7 minutes.
God damn. All right, Mark.
All right.
We're going to let you out of here,
Good
man.
stuff.
Thank you for
I'll talk to you
everything,
guys later.
Yes,
Good luck. Hope you boost your ratings a little bit. I wish you guys the best.
Mark Coleman boosts anybody's ratings, man.
Oh, yeah.
Send me a text if I can. I don't think I want to listen to this because
It's gonna be fine.
I hate when I open up, and yeah, you fucks, you Puerto Rican fucks, you caveman juice bags. I'll see you. I got to get going.
All right. Have a great day, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, my God, Ray. That's some crazy-ass shit we got. Dude, his wife was talking on the phone. Holy cow. We're still live, by the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mark Coleman.
God.
With the names he gave us.
Yeah. Jeff the fucking caveman down. That's going in the opening from now on. I love it.
Could you save that and
yeah, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna put it right in instead of the cat. Well, I'll do Jeff Captain Caveman Downs. I'll put the Mark Coleman over the top of it.
Oh man, I'm the Puerto Rican man.
You're the Puerto Rican man. Do you think I gotta leave some of that in? I can't take it all out because then like all the jokes aren't funny.
Right.
I don't know.
We got to do it. We don't want to make him look bad, you know.
Mark Coleman's never gonna listen to our shit. We're nobody. We got like 20 viewers.
You said you're gonna send it to him, though.
I'll send it to him. He's gonna listen to like 10 seconds and be like, "Who are these fucks?" I don't even remember doing this. Yeah.
We could do a censor and then an uncut. We send him the censor one.
Yeah. That's too much editing for me, man. I'm just gonna do it one time. This is gonna take like 18 hours, dude. Holy fuck. All right.
I'm gonna smack Mickey Gaskin.
Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here, Ray.
All right.
Why don't you take us out?
From the Fan Doozy Studio in Buffalo, New York, we are out of here. Mickey Gaskin's a freaking prick. I'm gonna smack the shit out of him. You hear that, Mickey? I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
I think we're going up to 21 viewers after this.
Oh man, that was Mark Coleman, man. That's a good guy.
Best in the world, dude. Heavyweight champ. No one's better. Inventor of the ground and pound.